Let me begin. If you have any questions, I can answer now, so just let me know.
هاي دكتور.
Any question? Yeah. Hi.
فاحنا دلوقتي we're just beginning classes صح؟
Uh, yes.
دكتور هو النهارده ريفيو برضو ولا من وان تيم بقى؟ دكتور صوت حضرتك بيلاج انا مش سامع. دكتور في لاج انا
I
مش سامع
will
حضرتك.
say الصوت كويس ولا في لاج؟
دلوقتي انا سامع حضرتك بس انا كنت سألت حضرتك وبعدها كان في لاج بقى ما سمعتش.
الصوت كويس يا جماعة ولا في lagging؟
It's good.
لا اكس اوكي دلوقتي يا دكتور.
كويس الأول.
Okay, sorry for that. طيب, as I was just saying, if you have any question, let me know. Today is still a review, but this is the last review session, inshallah. Yeah. So today is the review, and next time, inshallah, it will be. We will start. The first group of lectures for the new content for 110. Yeah. So any further questions? Okay. So in this lecture, we will have, inshallah, 2-3 topics. First of all, the classes and the object. I know that we have taken them briefly in the previous lecture. However, we will take them, inshallah, within this lecture as well. Starting from Sunday, I will give you the sheet for the participation and the attendance. So that's from Sunday. I remind you that if you have any questions for the assignment, so just let me know. I think just I want to have for whoever attended the lab, if you have any concerns, recommendations for the lab, make it shorter, make it longer, whatever kind of recommendation, just let me know. So I'll pause for 20 seconds. If you don't want to speak and you want to chat, that's fine, but just let me hear your recommendation for the lab. Or if everything is okay, just let me know that everything is okay. No, this is a hidden lab. It's not graded, Muhammad. Okay. Any problems with the lab? Inshallah, you will have, Yusuf, you will have good, good lecture for the lab today. The lab is going to be at 7, I believe. Okay, for whoever attended the lab, do you have any concerns, complaints?
No, it's all good, Doctor.
Yes, Ahmed Hisham, all the review sessions and all the lectures and everything will be posted on the YouTube channel. Everything for this section and for the other section will be posted on YouTube. Maya, actually for the timing we did, you mean, Maya, that to be before 7 p.m.?
Maybe before 7, or if like maybe the lab is shorter فنخلص قبل شوية, it would be better.
دكتور هو
well,
بنخلص يعني sorry for interrupting you but يعني it's ميعاده متأخر شوية احنا بنخلص متأخر.
Okay, I will try to see if we can make it before, but for the timing, لا, يعني you need the 1.5 hour actually, يعني, and later on you need more than 1.5 hour. Yeah. Things will be a little bit more complex, so we'll need it. So I'll check with Shihab if he can and Mayam if they can make the lab before يعني إن شاء الله يعني.
دكتور هو شهاب ومريم يعملوا نفس اللاب.
Yes, it's the same lab, different instructor.
Okay, so I only have to attend one lecture.
Yes, unless you don't understand from Shahab or Mariam, so you want to attend with the other person, or if you want to practice more, yeah. So you only have to attend once, yeah. Unless you opt to attend more than one time, yeah. That's
Yes.
your decision at the end, yeah. The lab is primarily to help you. It's not graded, yet it serves a lot to make you understand more the content of this course, and things will be a little bit more difficult after a while. So you need a lab. Actually, you need to practice something with some guidance. Yeah. Okay. So let's begin. If I have some volunteers, please, who want to participate with me, I will be appreciating. Okay. So good people to participate. Okay. So let's have one good friend. So I'll start from my Lebanese friend. So Muhammad Zaif.
Yes, doctor.
Okay. So Muhammad, we're talking about classes and object. What's the difference between the class and the object?
Yes, so basically a class, like we can say it's like a category, for example. It's
Yes.
like a broad item, and like objects are instances of that class.
Okay.
So for example, you can have a car and you that would be the class, and like types of car, that would be the objects.
Okay. So we can think, you said everything perfect except one word. So you said that the class is a category, it's a template, it's a description of something, and the object is the instance of the class. What does it mean, the instance of the class? The instance of the class, every class has two things. The first thing is the member variables, and the second thing is the methods. So the member variables, they are the characteristics of the class. So if the human being is a class, so the characteristics is the skin color, the characteristics is the age, the characteristics is the eye color, etc., whatever you have in your body. And then the method describes what the class can do. And in case of human being, I can eat, I can study, I can sleep, I can play, I can do whatever things that the human being can do. So Kamal is an object. He is an instance of the class. What does it mean again? It means that my name is Kamal. It means that my age is X. It means that my city is Y. It means my gender is male. So I can eat, I can smell, I can hear, I can do. So it means I am an instance of the class. Okay. So, as my friend said, if we have the car as an object, so every car in the world, normal car in the world, it has some wheels. Every car in the world, it has a color. Every car in the world has a horsepower. Every car can go forward and can go backward. This is the method. This is what the car can do. This is what the car is described by. So this is a car. It's a class. It has some member variables, and also it has some methods. What it can do, what it can perform. But if I say I have a Toyota, it's an object. It's an instance of the car. It has specific characteristics that make the Toyota is different than BMW. So, Mercedes is a car, and it's different than Toyota. It's different than BMW. It's different in what? It's different in the horsepower. It may differ in the color. It may differ in the wheel type. It may differ in the engine, certain characteristics. Yet, BMW can go forward and backward. And actually, Mercedes can go forward and backward and go to the left and the right. So all the objects share the methods. They can perform one method in the class, or they can perform many methods in the class. Okay, so this is the difference between the class and the object. Thank you, Zarif. Coming back, we'll have some examples about the car. So about the human being. So if you look at the human being, so can you tell me what are the classes that exist in the big class that is called human being? So we have too many classes inside the big class, or the generic class that is called human being. Can you tell me that? So someone to speak?
Yeah. So like in a single human being, you can say their eye color and their
No. I'm just saying
Okay.
that that as a human being, there are many classes, subclasses of the big class that is called human being. Can you think of many?
Male or female?
No, that's not a class.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a class. I'm sorry. What else?
Nationality.
No, not really. I'm saying, look at your body. You have too
Skin
many
color.
classes in your body.
hands يعني.
Organs
hand.
يعني.
Yes, organs.
ممكن clothes.
Well, someone say it's a hand. Okay, this is the first class. Okay, so the hand. Who
Tone.
speaks? There was some lady.
I oh,
spoke.
okay.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay. If we pick the hand, for example, so the hand. What are the data members of the hand, and what are possibly the methods?
Doctor, can I try?
Yeah, but just leave her to think maybe. So let's
Uh,
help each other.
For the hand, مش
Yes.
عارفة ممكن fingers, skin color.
Yes. Those are data members. What else? Fingers. Yes, it's part of the hand.
Nails.
Nails, yes, it's part of the hand.
The pawn.
Yes. Okay, keep thinking.
لسه في
أكيد في.
مثلا ممكن diameter of wrist.
Yes. What else? By the way, I'm not joking in what I am making. يعني. I'm just letting you know that when you design an application, you start to think, what are the classes that exist in this application? And you have to really think what's anything and everything possible in this class. So continue, Maya. So we spoke about the nails, we spoke about the color, skin color, we spoke about the finger, we spoke
can we
about
do
the head.
methods?
No,
أنا
just
مثلا
keep in the data members.
fingers length مثلا.
Length, yes. Keep thinking.
I think
What
مش
else?
عارفة.
Number of
Knuckles.
Excuse me?
The number
I
of
was-
knuckles.
Knuckles.
Yes, that's fine. What else? So the moment that you can't think of something else, just stop at this point. Then for the hand, what are the methods here, Maya, that exist in the hand?
Maybe drawing, writing.
Writing, yes. But
Drawing.
writing is drawing, because drawing is a part of writing. Yes?
Maybe eating.
Eating, yes. What else? Touching.
What? Touching.
Yes. What else?
Painting.
Painting is the same as writing, yes.
Okay.
The objects.
No, not objects. We're still in the class.
مش عارفة بصراحة.
Eating, writing. What else, يا أيمن?
Grabbing or
Grabbing, touching, yes. Okay. By the way, this is
holding
not
something.
Yeah. Okay. This is not a medical school test, by the way, but anyways, why I am saying so? It has a reason behind. In your assignment, in any application that you might doing, if you're doing a game, if you have to really think at the beginning, what are the data members that exist in this class? And the more you put data members, applicable of course, and the more you put methods that describe this class, the better your application will be. And sometimes you put the same methods, like Maya was saying, drawing and writing or painting. So painting is drawing. Okay, so you have to make, yes, many methods as much as possible, but you have to make those methods distinct. You don't have to repeat the methods. You have to make them distinct. So this is the first design approach to do a class. And then what is the object of the hand? It goes without saying. Maya's hand, Sander's hand, Ayman's hand, Kamal's hand, whoever Zaif hand, Abdurrahman hand, etc. So those are the objects. Okay. So first thing, you have to define the data members, and you have to define the methods that belong to this class. Okay. Second thing, when you're designing a class, you have to think what each and every data member, what is the data type So the unique ID is a string, the name is a string, the age is an integer, the city is a string, the gender is a character, M or F. So this is the second thing that you have to do. The third thing that you have to do is to know the methods. The method is a function, and we have taken function in the previous time or the one before. So the methods, how to design a method. You have to think of what's the input, what's the output. Will this method have an output? What are the inputs? Okay, so, and the inputs, the data types of the input. So now in this course, you're going to be designers, you're going to be architects, you're going to design an application. So designing an application is an art. Yes, it's a science at the end of the day, because you're writing it in UML and then in C++ and stuff like this. However, it's an art. It needs some thinking. Okay, so what makes you a better designer and what makes you a better programmer actually is the ability to know data members more, to know methods more, and to keep thinking and thinking. And in the first assignment, of course, I gave 20 marks as a bonus, but I can give more. How can I give more? If you design classes by having more data members, more methods, even if in your assignment you didn't use those methods, but I do appreciate that you are thinking that there are some more methods that could be used in this class. So the class, once again, is a blueprint. It's a template. It's what describes certain category, what describes certain things. What are the characteristics? What can it do actually? The object is an instance of the class. What does it mean? It means that it defines the behavior. It defines the state of the class. It can use the data members of the class. It can use the methods of the class. This is what's called an object. Okay. So please. So please always. Why I am repeating this again and again? Because this is a core concept. This is a core concept that exists in this course, and also this is a foundation for many courses that you will take in computer science or computer engineering. So it's very foundational. If you don't understand what a class is, what an object is, then we have to talk to each other. This is very fundamental. Okay. Thank you, Maya. By the way, I repeat, anyone that answers whether right or wrong, participate, he or she will have a bonus. And just accumulate your bonuses in your head till Sunday. You will receive the sheet where you can record your bonuses. Last thing. Last thing, the class is very similar to a data type. So int x is a variable, which is very similar to the object, and integer is a data type. The class is a data type. The class is a data type as well. So let's go into a little bit more examples. So I'll have one good friend with me. So I'll have Ahmed Al-Hager. So Ahmed, ازيك؟
ازيك يا دكتور؟
الحمد لله الحمد لله. طيب. Ahmed, let's look at this piece of code. But before you speak, we have two things. we have what's so called a class definition. We have what's so called a class definition. We have what's so called a class definition. What does a class definition means? It means defining the variables for this class, the member variables, and it means defining without C++ code only the header of the function, defining the functions or the methods that belong to this class. This is called a class definition. Once again, a class definition means that I make two things for now, 3 things and 4 things later on. 2 things for now. The first thing is that I have to define the data members of the class. I have to define the data members of the class or the variables of the class. This is number 1. Number 2, I have to list the functions of this class, the input, the output, and the name of the function or the name of the methods. So, coming back to my friend Ahmed. So, Ahmed, where's the definition of the class? The definition of the class comes before the main. Later on, you will discover that the definition of the class comes in a different file other than the file that has the .cpp. So, where's the definition of the class, Ahmed?
It's inside the class day of year.
It's inside?
It's inside the class.
Yes, this one. So this is the definition of the class. And the definition of the class starts by the word class, and then the name of the class, and then the name of the class. What is the name of the class?
Day of year.
Okay, and then the beginning of the class, then the end of the class, and then this very nice semicolon here. And then the data members of the class or the variables of the class, those are in yellow. So I am using the colors for the next Valentine, actually. So lots of hearts and stuff like this. Anyways, this is those are the data members of the class, and then I will define the methods of the class. Those one, every method, the input. So for example, this input, it doesn't have an input and it doesn't have an output. This one doesn't have an input. This one has 2 input parameters and it doesn't produce any output. And here we go. So this is the second thing. Then I put those 2 nice words, public and private. What does this mean? What does this mean, public and private? What does it mean, ya Ahmed? We explained it in the previous time, and maybe you know it.
Public means any variables or member functions that can be accessed by anyone inside or outside the class. If it's private, it can be only accessed by member functions that take it as parameters. That's the only way you can deal with these.
Mumtaz. So what Ahmed is saying, that what does it mean public and private? Public means those orange or dark orange functions, they can be accessed from within the class itself or from the main, or from the main. So it's public. Any objects that belong to this class can access them. Again, any objects that belong to the class can access them. Again, any objects in the class can access them. So let's go to the main. So if I want to define a class, so the name of the class, that's perfectly fine. Today, it is an object that related to a class called day of year. Another object, which is the name of the class, day of year. And then birthday. And then birthday. So what is this? This is the name of the object. This is the name of the variable. What is this? This is the name of the class. This is the name of the data type. So I defined two objects. And then how do I call the function that is inside the class? I call it by the name of the object dot I want to access the name of the function. So today dot input. Okay. If input is public, I am okay. However, if I made today dot check date, can I do this, ya Ahmed? Ahmed?
Check date. Is it private? Is it? I'm just checking. Is it private? Oh, it's private. So you can't do this.
It's private. I can't do it. So why I cannot do it? Why I cannot do it? Because it's a what? Private function. تمام? Yet, if I have a private function, I can call it from a function from within this class. What does it mean? So basically, I cannot call it from the main على طول كده. I have to call it from within another function inside the class that is public. So if you look here at this piece of code, so you have a function here called input. This is a public function inside the class. This is a public function inside the class. This is a public function inside the class. So this is public. From within this function, I can call check date. I can call check date. So if you look here, then you will find check date as part of the function that is called input. So I cannot call it directly from the main. I cannot call it directly from the main. I cannot call it directly from the main. I have to call it from within another function inside the class. Type. My friend Ahmed, so if I made today dot month, can I do this?
عشان it's برضو a private variable.
It's a private variable. I cannot do this. It's a private variable.
You can use today dot get underscore month parentheses.
Exactly. Thank you, my friend. So today dot month I cannot do it. وحشة بلاش. ما ينفعش. الكومبايلر هيعترض. What do I do? What do I do? Then I make it today dot get month. And this is what's called a getter and setter. This is what's called a getter and setter. We will have an example for a getter and setter after a while. So today dot get month. from within this function get month, I can access the variable that is called month. Let's look at the C++ code for get months, and then we'll have a big example, another example for this. If you look at get month, that is return month. Month is a private member. Month is a private member. I cannot access it directly from the main. I have to access it from within a function that belong to the class, and this function should be public, and this function should be public. So get month is a public function. And from get month, I can access a private member, which is called month. I can access a private member that is called month. Anyways, I will do whatever I want to do in the main. And then before writing the main, after I write a class definition, then I have to write C++ code to define each and every method, each and every function that exists in the class before writing a main. So the first method is called input, and this is a C++ implementation for it. This is the C++ code for it. So let's look at it. So void, it returns nothing. This is the name of the function, and then this is the name of the class, and then those two columns, those two columns. Then those two columns. So this is the name of the class void, it returns nothing. Day of year, this is the name of the class, column, and then the name of the function, and then it's a normal 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 function. Then I write the main and do whatever I want to do in the main. So Ahmed, continue with me for a while. So let's say, what did I do in the main? So first thing, I defined two objects of type day of year. Then what did I do, Ahmed?
What did you do?
After,
you output it to the monitor, and you told the user to enter today's date.
Yes, I call the function that exists
called
in the class called input, and then I call the function that exists in the class called output. Okay, and this belongs to what? What is the name of the object?
Today.
Today. ممتاز. طيب, let's stop here for a while. Let's stop here for a while. Let's stop here for a while. Okay, what happens when you create an object of the class? What happens? طيب, someone other than Ahmed tells me what happens when I create a variable. What happens, يا جماعة? Anyone to speak? What happens when I create a variable?
It has a place reserved in the memory.
ممتاز. It has a place reserved in the memory. Thank you. So it has a place reserved in a memory. And when I make an object that belongs to certain class, so I reserve a place in memory for today. So here, this is a place in memory where, and its name is today. Its name is today. And this place in memory will have some values for the private members of the class. So what does it mean? It means that the variable that is named month, the variable that is named day, will have some values in memory. طب جات لهم الvalues دي منين؟ When I call the function that is called input, this is the function that is called input, then cn month, cn day, assuming that you entered a month, which is 12, and the day, which is 23. So the object that is named today has a value for the month as 12, and the value for the day is 23. Then I make another object, which is called Bach birthday. Let's assume it's named Ahmed birthday. Okay, so in memory we will have another piece in memory called what? Called Ahmed. We have two objects, today and Ahmed birthday. So the other object, what will be the name for it? Ahmed.
احمد انا ولا احمد تاني؟
أحمد الهاجر.
معلش I thought حد تاني was volunteering دلوقتي.
Okay, so we have one object for today and another object for Ahmed birthday. Yes? And we input the day for Ahmed birthday and the month for Ahmed birthday. What is your day and month for your birthday?
26 January.
Oh, that was so near.
Oh.
Okay, 26 January. So Ahmed, the object that is named Ahmed birthday, inside memory, his month of birthday is 1 and his day of birthday is equal to 2. So let's continue this piece of code. What do I want you to understand for now? That every object will reserve in memory a place to put the values for its variables. Let's trace this piece of code together. So today.input and then today.output. Today.input, this is calling a function that is called input. Today.output, it will call a function that its name is output. Type. Let's see what the input will do. See out something, we don't care. Cn month, and then Cn day. So after the user enter month variable and day variable, then it will be allocated in memory that the object called today dot month is equal to whatever, and today dot year equal whatever. So the object for today has the month equal 12 and the day equal 4. And then we have another object, which is Bach birthday, or Ahmed birthday. So Ahmed birthday, this is dot month is equal to 12. Ahmed birthday dot year equal to whatever, 2002, whatever. Okay, so once again, when you define an object and give the value to the members of the class, so it puts this into memory. So let's see today.output. What will the output function do? The output function will simply see out to the screen the value of the day and the value of the year or the month whatsoever. Okay?
دكتور هو انا عندي سؤال.
اتفضل.
هو يعني في الفانكشن بتاعت input احنا بناخد من اليوزر الارقام ونحطها في المونث والداي اللي في البرايفت.
ايوه بالظبط. ما هو دلوقتي المانث والدي دول موجودين فين؟
في البرايفت
جزء
عشان
من
كده عشان
فين؟
ناكسس لازم نحط حاجات في البابليك عشان ناكسس ثرو.
اكزاكتلي. فهتحط
اوكي
الجيتا والسيتا. فهو هنا الانبوت دي زي السيتا. هنشرح
ايوه
جيتا وسيتا دلوقتي.
أوكي.
فبالتالي انبوت دي بتعمل ايه؟ بتاخد من اليوزر الفاليو بتاع المانث والفاليو بتاع الدي. طيب انت بتاخدهم ازاي؟ اقرا معايا today.input، يعني الاوبجكت بتاع today.input، الاوبجكت بتاع today.output. فهو بيعرف انت قصدك انهي اوبجكت والفاليوز بتاعه المانث والدي بتاعه انهي اوبجكت، يا اما بياخدهم من اليوزر يا اما بيعمل لهم اوتبوت على السكرين. ده بالنسبه لتوداي. نفس الحاجه بالنسبه لباخ بيرثدي، نفس الحاجه بالنسبه لباخ بيرثدي. انت بياخدهم من اليوزر ويروح مطلعهم على السكرين. So let's see together. طيب let's have another friend. So Yasin, are you with me? Yasin?
Oh,
Yes, Yasin.
hi, doctor. Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, you have to disable the voice changer, okay?
I did.
Okay. طيب let's have this function. طيب اقرا معايا ياسين. This is Bach birthday dot set 3 and 21. What is Bach birthday? This is the name of what يا ياسين?
It's Bach's birthday.
Yes, this is the name of what?
The function.
No, set is the name of the function. What is Bach birthday?
I don't know.
Okay, so look here. Bach birthday is
Day of the year.
day of year. And what's day of year? أهو day of year. What's day of year?
Oh, day of the year is the class.
And Bach birthday is an object. Yes?
Mhm.
Yes. So Bach birthday dot set 3 and 21. Let's call the function, Yasin. So it will call a function. What is the name of the function that it will call, Yasin? Set. Okay. So set. Let's look at set, Yasin. This function, it will call a function called set. What is the input for this function, Yasin? What are the input parameters for this function?
New month type integer and new day type integer.
ممتاز. Then, what's month and day? Look at the class here. What's month and day?
Month and day. Oh, اللي هو they assigned them 3 and 21.
That's fine. But what is month and day? Look at the class here. And what's month and day? Those are what to a class?
Private.
Yeah, private. And they are the data members of the class. Okay. So it sets the value for the data members of the class that belong to the object called Bach birthday. Okay. So we have today object and we have Bach birthday. Again, today dot month, let's say equal 3, today dot day equal 10. Then Bach birthday dot month is equal to 4, and Bach birthday dot day is equal to 12. And that's it. This is what basically, and then this piece of code what does it simply do? If today's month is equal to Bach birthday's month, and today.day is equal to Bach birthday.day, if they are equal, it will output that today's birthday is equal to Bach birthday. يعني بالعربي كده أنا عندي two objects، واحد اسمه today واحد اسمه Bach birthday. today المانث بتاعه 3 والدي بتاعه 10. Bach birthday المانث ب4 والدي ب12. This piece of code بتعمل ايه؟ simply بتعمل comparison. هل today.month is equal to Bach birthday.month and today.day is equal to Bach birthday.day. لو الاثنين equal يبقى هتطلع انه today is Bach birthday. Otherwise it will enter today is not Bach birthday. طيب, how to get the value of a month? To get the value of a month through a getter function. الجيتر فانكشن دي بتعمل ايه؟ today dot get month. طيب نشوف get month دي بتعمل ايه. get month تعملش اي حاجه في الدنيا الا ان هي بتreturn a month. today get day return a day. دي اللي اسمها getters. setters يعني بتخلي الداتا members of the class زي المانث والدي equal certain value زي الفانكشن اللي اسمها set. Let's go to set. It receives two inputs, new month و new day. month equal new month. المonth this is related to the class variable ده المonth. when new month ده هو الانبوت to the function. day is the class variable, new day is the input to the function. فit will make the object which is named today month equal new month. It will make the variable of the class and the object which is named today is equal to new day. دول الsetter والgetter. Let's have an example for the setter and getter, but I leave you 20 seconds كده to tell me two things. You understand what I am saying, or you want me to explain something in this code. If you don't understand, just let me know. And if you don't understand after I explain, stay with me after the lecture. So I'll leave you for 20 seconds to see this piece of code, and let me repeat what do you want me to repeat. Okay, Muhammad, I will repeat the setter with another example. Anyone wants me to repeat something? يلا. Look at the class definition. Look at the main. Do you want me to repeat something? طيب يا جماعة.
Doctor, I have a question.
Okay, have a question.
Are the member variables also known as attributes ولا
They are known as attributes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have another example with another friend, and I will repeat the setter and getter. So Reem Saeed, you're there?
Yes.
طيب يا ريم. Let's see this piece of code. Do you all see the notepad?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's this, Yaim?
That's the library.
Okay, that's fine, and using namespace std. What is the class name that we have here?
Employee.
ممتاز. And what are the functions that exist or the methods that exist in employee?
There is a setter for the salary and the
Yes.
getter for the salary and the salary.
Yes, but salary is not a function. Salary is a member variable, yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I defined a class. What are the public and what are the what's the private?
The setter and the getter are public and the salary is private.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Right. Assuming I want to have a new attribute that is called age. What do? I go where and I put the age where?
I put it in the private and then I do setters and getters in the public for it.
One important comment that I wanted to tell you. Usually, the member variables are private. Usually, the member variables are private. Normally, the functions are public. And sometimes you may have one function that is a private function, one or two function, whatever. طيب ليه بنحط الفانكشنز احيانا برايفت؟ عشان معلش دي هشرحها بالعربي شويه. ليه انا ساعات بحط فانكشن برايفت؟ ساعات بحط فانكشن برايفت عشان بستعملها، هي مش فانكشن اساسيه، فبستعملها من جوه فانكشن. يعني انت لو انت عندك كلاس اسمه امبلوي زي اللي انا فيه دوت، وبعد كده عملت له فانكشن زي set salary وget salary وset name وget name وات ايفر. افرض في فانكشن اسمها compute birthday مش اساسيه، دي ممكن تحطها برايفت. ليه؟ عشان ممكن تستعملها من public function. دايما البابليك فانكشن هي دي الفانكشنز اللي بتميز الكلاس. الفانكشن اللي انت بتحطها جوه كبرايفت دي فانكشن مساعده او سبورت فانكشن، دي فانكشن مساعده او سبورت فانكشنز. تمام؟ اوكي طيب. let's have coming back to Reem. Okay, so we have two functions. What are their names, ya Reem?
Set salary and get salary.
Great. So let's go to the main. So employee my obj, my object. So where's the object and where's the name of the class?
What?
Sorry. What's the object? What's the name of the class?
The object is my object, and the class, the name of the class is employee.
ممتاز. Okay. So my object dot set salary. First, can I do this? Can I call set salary or I can't call it?
No, you can.
I can. Why?
Because it's in the public.
In the public, yes. So my object dot set salary 50,000. So I will call this function called set salary. It has an input called S, and all what it does is it says salary is equal to S. What happens in memory? What happens in memory? What happens in memory that it make an object called my object, and my object dot salary is equal to 50,000, is equal to 50,000. Okay, then see out my object dot get salary. So it will call Yarim what function? Get salary.
It will
Sorry, it will call get salary function. I answered myself. it will return a salary. And it will return a salary to what object, Yaim?
My object.
ممتاز. So my object, so it will see out what?
The 50,000.
The 50,000. Assuming I want to make another object called ream object. So what should I do?
Employee ream.
Ream. Okay. So ream dot set salary will make you rich ream. So it's whatever. And then so this means that ream salary is how many? Let's say this is 1 million. So ream salary is what?
1 million.
Okay. And my object salary is what?
I don't understand.
My object salary. We have two objects.
Okay, it's 50,000.
It's 50,000. So if I make another object which is called Kamal, and then Kamal dot set salary is equal to 1,000. Then Kamal salary is equal to how many?
1,000.
Okay, sure. Then if I make my object dot get salary, then ream dot get salary, then Kamal dot get salary. What are the values that I am going to get? If I make X equal my object dot get salary, Y equal ream dot get salary, and Z equal Kamal dot get salary. What will be the values of X and Y and Z?
X will be 50,000, Y will be 1 million, and the last
Z,
one, Z will be 1,000.
ممتاز. Anyone that doesn't understand what's a class, what's setter and getter, what's private and public, how to do a function, anyone that doesn't understand what I'm saying, then just let me know. I will be happy to assist.
I have one question.
Okay.
What happens if we use our attributes as public?
Well, it doesn't happen anything. Yani you can use it, but it is not a good good programming practice, because يعني الاتريبيوتس دول حاجاتك اللي في البيت اللي مش محتاج حد يشوفهم يعني. فبالتالي عشان حد يشوفهم لازم ياخد اذن منك، فالاذن منك هو الجيتر. فهمتني بالبلدي كده يعني.
Yes, I get it.
يعني ما ينفعش حد يشوف الحاجات اللي في اوضتك، عشان حد يشوفهم لازم يستعمل الجيتر. لكن مفيش حاجه هتحصل كسي بلس بلس مش هيعترض لو انت حطيت variables as private as public. sorry.
Okay.
طيب يا جماعه classes. Okay. طيب let's go to files. معلش يا جماعة كالعادة بقول لكم هنطول شوية، أنا آسف، بس I just want to give you a complete يعني review for anything and everything. فاضل حاجتين صغيرين بعد الفايلز محتاجين نتكلم عليهم، بس هشوف وقت نتكلم عليهم فيه. Okay, so let's go to a file. طيب let's have one friend with me. So Ayman spoke, Yusuf Omar, so Abdullah Saba.
Yes.
Yes. Did you take files in 106, Abdullah?
I remember I did, yes.
You remember you did, but you're not sure you did.
Yes.
Okay, so let's have it step by step. So, what's a file? A file is something that has some data for you that exists on your hard disk, exists in your flash memory, exists in USB hard drive, exists at Dropbox, exists anywhere. A file is a permanent storage. I repeat, a file is a permanent storage. I repeat, the file is a permanent storage. I repeat, a file is a permanent storage. A variable is a volatile storage. What does it mean? A volatile storage بتطير. After you switch off the computer, it vanishes. However, the file is a permanent storage. The file is a permanent storage. I repeat, the file is a permanent storage. Sorry for being بعمل زي الببغان بس يعني this is something that you have to know by heart. Yeah. Anyways, so let's go with Abdullah. Then what is this, yeah, Abdullah? Include fstream.
Library we use when we use files
Great.
instead of the input-output stream.
ممتاز. fstream is a library that is called FileStream. And this library has two very famous classes, fstream and offstream. Fstream means input file stream. Offstream means output file stream. So fstream means input something from a file, read from a file and put in memory, put in a variable. Fstream, read from a file and put into a variable. Read from a file and put into a variable. Read from a file and put into a variable. Offstream, it means output file stream. Then it means output for get from a variable and output to a file. Okay, so the question is, can I read and write to the same file? Yes, you can read and write to the same file. Another question, can I read from one file and append to it? Yes, you can do this. If you want to know how to do that, then open my 106 notes and then go to the chapter of files and you will know all those questions. However, I want to teach you some small basics here about reading from one file and writing from one file. So, when you read from a file, we assume that you open your notepad. You open your notepad and then there is a file. Then there is a file at your notepad that we will name it by whichever name. And then this file will contain, according to this example, will contain, according to this example, 4 numbers. Okay, it will contain 3 numbers for simplicity. So this file that does exist in your hard disk, it will contain 3 numbers. So I open a file in my notepad and I'll name it infile.dat. This is before I do anything. This is before I do anything. This has nothing to do with my C++ code that I'm doing. I just opened my notepad and I made a file that has 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3. Then, as I said, fstream has 2 famous classes. Fstream has 2 famous classes. F without IF. So fstream has 2 famous classes, ifstream and ofstream. Ifstream, I use it to read from one file, and ofstream, I use to output to another file. Okay, so let's go to my friend Abdullah once again. So Abdullah, if you read this, what does it mean? If stream in underscore stream of stream out underscore stream. What does it mean?
So
Based
we
on what
declare
we just taken.
we
Yes.
declare two objects. The first one
Okay,
is
we
equaled
declared
n
two objects.
underscore
What are the
stream.
names of the two objects?
The first one is n underscore stream, and it belongs to the class if stream.
Yes.
And the other one is out underscore stream, and it belongs to the class of stream.
Mumtaz, Mumtaz. So when I first taught the files, some people told me, do we have to name it n underscore stream? The answer is no. Name it anything. Name it Fankush. Name it whatever. Name it XYZ. However, this is just a meaningful name. So the object is n underscore stream that belongs to a class that is called if stream. That belongs to a library that is called fstream. Object belong to a class, and this class is one of the classes that belong to a library that is called fstream. Out underscore stream, it's an object that is belong to a class called offstream that is belong to a library called fstream. Okay, that's good. Type. Let's continue with my friend. So in stream, this is the name of the object. What's open? Abdullah.
Is it a function that belongs to the class?
The function that belongs to the class. What is the name of the class?
ifstream.
ifstream, Mumtaz. And then you give it the name of the file. You give it the name of the file. You give it the name of the file. The name of the file between quotes. Someone tell me, can I put it as a variable? Yes, you can put it as a variable. What does this mean? This means that you will make it n underscore stream dot open. Then you will say x. And x before is, let's say, a string. X equal the place where this file exists. And you have to put the name of the directory like backslash backslash and then in file.dat. Okay. And then in stream.openx. Okay. So what does it do? This open is a function that exists in a class called nstream that exists in the library called fstream. So it opens this file for reading. It opens this file for reading. Then out underscore stream dot open output out file dot dat. What does it mean? First, what's out underscore stream, ya Abdullah?
The name of the object for the offstream class.
Yes. Yes.
And open is also a function inside it.
Yes, it opens the function called outFile.dat for writing. يعني بالعربي كده. الاوبن الاولانيه بتفتح الفايل عشان اقرا منه، الاوبن الثانيه بتفتح فايل فاضي عشان ابتدي اكتب فيه. خلاص؟ في ابسط من كده؟ طيب. Then this is a definition of an three integer thing. Then in stream greater than first, second, third. This is very similar to cout or cn, ya Abdullah.
Is it cn?
Cn, great. So n underscore stream, this is the name of the object. This is very similar to cn. So this is very similar when you make cn first, second, third. This one is n underscore stream first, second, third. Okay, so basically CN, it inputs from the user. It's called console N. In stream greater than. This is the name of the object for the class that is called fstream. So what do I do? What will the compiler do? It will simply, I opened the file for reading. It will start reading from the file. It will start reading 3 numbers, 3 integers. First, second, third. Where did I define first and second, third? Just before this statement, int first, second. So I read from the file 3 integers, first, second, third. First, second, third. Then let's continue with our friend Abdullah, our stream. Our stream. So outstream. What is outstream, Abdullah?
Like see out.
It's like see out. However, instead of writing on the console or the display or the screen, it will write to where?
On the file that we open.
On the file that we open. Great. And what is the name of the file that we opened for writing, Abdullah?
Outfile.dat.
Mumtaz. Okay. Then whatever between 2 double quotes will be written as it is. Then I will write, and remember, this is greater than, and this is less than. This means I will write to a file. Then it's very similar to see out. Then I will write the result of first plus second plus third. So assuming it's 1, 2, and 3, then the result will be 6. After I do what I want to do with the files, so before I finalize my function or my main functions, so what do I do? In underscore stream dot close, out underscore stream dot close. This means I am going to close the files. What happened if I didn't close the files? Simply they might be corrupted. يعني هيبقوا ما بيتقروش بعد كده أو هيتكتب garbage جواهم. So before I end my function, I have to close the file. So to finalize the story of the files, the library is called fstream. That has 2 main classes, fstream and offstream, and I have to define objects from them. I have to open them for reading, for writing, and sometimes for reading and writing at the same time. I read from them and write to I read from a file and write to a file using something similar like cn and cout, but instead of cn, I write the name of the object. Instead of cout, I write finalized, I close a file. So this is the story of the file. Pause for 20 seconds. If anyone has any question, just let me know. Everything is understood?
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm not sure about it, but sometimes after the name of the file, there is a certain word written, I think, in, out, or app, or something like that.
Yes.
Are these, should we know them, or?
Those are called, what's your name? Sorry, I didn't see your name.
Ali Yassin.
So Ali, my other Lebanese friend, or you're not Lebanese?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you're my other Lebanese friend other than Zarif, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do the project with Zarif.
Okay.
Anyways, so sometimes there's a comma here and there are some flags. Yes,
Yes.
and those flags tell you whether you want to open the the file for appending. Means, what does it mean? Appending means you have a file and you want to write at the end of the file. Okay, so this means appending. Sometimes you want to destroy the old file and start from scratch. So this is also another flag. I may send you on the group. I will send you the library of FStream and all those flags, so that you will know them. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Doc.
I'll send you so many information about the files, and usually the files you will use them definitely when we will do our semester project. So you have to know more into files. Of course, I cannot review anything and everything, but I mean that's normal, yeah, because we have to start the syllabus. Okay. So I'm done for now. If you don't have any further questions, thank you very much for watching this video. You can still come back to me, still be in the lecture, or come back to me on WhatsApp or whatever. Thank you very much for coming, and have a great evening, inshallah.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you,
Thank you, doctor. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, after people.
Bye,
leave.
doctor.
Bye.
Doctor.